Welcome back to 59 Minutes. It's a Monday roundup. My name is Levi Kones. I'm here with political aspirant / analyst JAZIER NJAU.
Yes, sir.
Also presidential aspirant.
Presidential aspirant in my government.
In your
Mambo fresh.
Mambo fresh unajua ni hiyo ni ya KANU. KANU walisema KANU fresh.
Hiyo sasa unajua
hiyo slogan.
Kama uko KANU waambie wamenikopi.
KANU ndo walisema KANU fresh. Don't know whether it's a case of new wine in old white skins.
Oh, very profound statement. Very profound.
I don't know. But anyway, if you look at the Daily Nation today, yeah, the headline says that it's scrambled for Ruto cash. Calls it Mr. Moneybag, says that Deputy President William Ruto has been dishing out millions of shillings to hustlers in his campaign stops across the country. The handouts have sometimes led to fights amongst beneficiaries as they jostle to get a share of the money. And this comes after campaign financing regulations were thrown out of the window. But he's not the only one giving cash. But of course, I think his is rather magnified because that, inasemekananga na pomp. They call it empowerment. You know? What do you think? Is the money causing problems on the ground?
First and foremost, my viewers, like I did when I ran for governor, sina kakitu, but niko na kitu ya ikiti. So wale wako na kakitu, siwezi ongea sana juu sijui anatoanga wapi, but the reality of it is his benevolence and gratitude in blessing the people is what is causing jitters within the political circles. All right. Let me revert my statement because I want to connect it with something I want to say once we highlight, because I have something to say about the DP. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say?
I have something to say about the DP as it relates to what we saw this weekend as it pertains to...
So, but you haven't told me, is the cash causing problem on the ground?
Obvious. Hata pastor wa SDA alikuwa na kuchapwa juzi. Alisema ametoa 10. Pastor alisema yalipoa 2. Watu waambia amekula 8. Hiyo ni shida atachapwa na washirika.
Hii shida kwa ground. You know, here's a question. IEBC attempted to put a cap on these issues.
Budeni Africa. In Africa.
The issues of, and it's not just
the cap on,
it's not just the UDA camp who are doing it. Of course, ODM, of course, Oka. Yesterday, in fact, I was in Kitengela, and I saw Oka passing through, and I saw cash being given out. They can call it what they will. Facilitation, empowerment, all those nice names.
Yeah, ni muhimu.
They can, but
hata mimi nikiingia ground hiyo facilitation, gari, mafuta, watu wangu wa kule lunch.
Muhimu.
Ni muhimu. Ni hiyo ingine ndio.
Yeah, but do you foresee any stage which Africa will just be able to just campaign kwa sera tu? Ama sera na dola zima?
Watu wakichoka. Because shida inakuanga you'll give me a K of 5 Gs. Then after 5 years, then after that you go squander 5 years, then you leave me hanging. No benefits as it pertains to me voting for you as my elected person. So unless the society is tired, when the society is sick and tired of being sick and tired, as they are now, because I'm their alternative choice for the president of 2022, then they will make that decision. But if not, watapewa tu pesa na iendelee.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Raila Odinga was in church.
Noma sana.
I don't know whether we have that clip of
noma sana
of Baba in Kanisa. Because of something he said there that,
unajua
you've got to listen to this.
This is the thing, yeah?
Do we have the clip? I think they're ready the clip. Turn the clip to one maneno.
Haya.
Asante. Askofu, Kariuki na mama. Asante. Mama Recho na Wakristo wote ambao wamefika hapa. Praise the Lord. Bwana Mungu ni mwema. Na kila wakati. And that is karibuni sana. You may sit down. I'm very happy.
They say that he's having a difficult time with Kanisa. Of course, his critics are really having a go at that one.
No, give the DP credit. So, as a presidential candidate, I've studied my opponents. Huh?
Yeah.
Rao ana play catch up because I realize lazima niende kanisani. Sasa anaingia Bwana Mungu asifiwe. Ni Bwana Yesu. He's a fish out of the waters. And then you know after that, he fundraised. He fundraised to buy a car for Miss Jona Rawa kitoa do. Mbele ya Mungu, mimi nilistuka jana. Sema ana na kutoa pesa. Ruto ameka upsa pressure. So nilipoona hiyo nikasema mimi unajua sasa mimi ni political preacher. Hiyo sasa nacheka tu nasema welcome Raila,
But say it's like a fish out of water. Should everyone stick to their lane, so to speak?
In this case, lanes, when you say spiritual.
But you see all political lanes, they all enter everywhere, churches included.
Yeah. Again, I go back to the mentor would have met, but you met.
Yeah.
Once he was in church, he attended service, President Moi. If you wanted anything to do with politics, tuende pale nje. We cannot prostitutionalize the altar for politics. That is where we go wrong.
But you know, there was a time it was a hot topic. Then it sort of dimmed, but the politicians are still doing the same thing. I mean, if you look around generally on a Sunday service, mwanasiasa akija kanisa, the pastor will call him there. Is there anything wrong if a presidential candidate, a DP, a minister, a former prime minister come into church and we preach and we don't hear from them?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's very okay.
And we leave and go home. And
it's very okay.
You know,
I've seen
he was coming to church to attend the service.
I've seen that with Apostle William. Kingdom Seekers. Msimamagi goyo madhabahu. Uko. It's good to see you speak.
You know, Biden is a practicing Catholic who goes to church and doesn't sit in the front row.
Unajua juzi wamekataa kumpatia Holy Communion. Sasa unajua umetaja Biden kasikia. Wamekataa kumpatia Holy Communion sasa.
Walikataa, yes.
Yeah.
But he goes to church, even when he goes to church, doesn't even sit in the front pew. Doesn't talk.
It's very much possible. It depends. What are your values? What are your systems? Value systems.
Na hiyo pia security ya wasukumi watu kila mahali.
Unajua lakini unajua sasa wanajua mtu kama DP kikam church na omoka. Baba Gam church na omoka. If that is your mindset, you're losing it. Because these guys also need God. As a presidential candidate, unless I'm preaching that day when I come to your church.
No, you're speaking as a presidential candidate.
Yeah, I'm speaking as a presidential candidate. And I'm a political preacher. So I can come to your church and sit down and listen to the service. Unless unaniambia JAZIER today, preach to us as a presidential candidate. Then I will preach. And the people will notice the Spirit of God is upon me. Lakini usianze preaching, alafu imeingia 2 hours, umekuja na mbogi, unainua kujeni mseme Bwana Yesu asifiwe Bwana. No, you can't do that. And that makes the favor of God disappear, man. It just shifts and lifts from the church to the politician. And that's why I respect Moi again. I respect him.
It becomes about you.
Yeah. Self-aggrandizement.
I hear you. Speaking about people who are about people. Governor of Kitui. Charity Ngilu. Said this.
Akipatia wanawake anawaambia hii biashara mnafanya ati chukueni 1 million shillings. Shindwa wewe. What business is that? What business is that? Hata maendeleo. We tuite so that we can cast this man. Na tumuwekelee jiwe ile kubwa ya kumuzika kabisa. Shame on him. Apeleke wale wake. Hiyo ni shame gani?
It's a season of cursing. Now you can disagree. But Really, should we be that strongly worded?
You know, last week I mentioned to you and I told you 2022 is going to be a spiritual election. Hata tujamaliza 1 week, tumeanza kusikia sijui nani akas nani. Now, listen to me, nipatie tu time. When I went to Heaven's Gate, for the time I was there seeking the Lord so that I can come now start my presidential journey. I went before God and I presented. Uliniuliza last time ati it's a 2-horse race. Mimi ni punda ama nikakwambia ati hakuna punda, hakuna farasi.
Unasema wewe hata si punda.
Mimi si punda.
Wewe ni kuku.
Nikakwambia hapa hakuna hata kuku. Hapa mambo ni mbili. Mimi naona Saul, naona Goliath, na mimi ni David. And I remember what God told me, and I'll not forget. And the question is, can William Ruto be cast? Let me tell you. God aliniambia, when you are addressing William Ruto, leave the man alone. Address his messaging, bottom up, mini, but leave the man alone. That man is blessed. It is me and him. I will know what I will do with him. For me, it was shocking because when you're in a political rally, lazima nikuchape. Lazima nikuchape. Lakini God anakuja anambia wachana na huyo. That man is blessed. And let me tell you, you remember in the Bible where there's Balak and Balaam, the king, King Balak, called Balaam and said, come, cast these guys. And then what happened? They went to a high altar. Now, Balaam is a prophet of God. Lakini amepewa do. Peter in the New Testament, Peter calls him he loved the wages of wickedness. So
Alipewa VX.
Alipewa VX akas. Akaenda akaambia king, unajua shida nini? Siwezi tamka kitu God hajaniambia. Akaenda high place, altar tena. Akatamka akaenda kukas, is blessed. King akona manze hii altar si poa. Wakaenda altar ingine. Akasimama akamwambia kas, akabless. Mwishowe king akaambia, na king sasa ni kama president. President Balak akaambia Balaam, unisaidie, I want you to cast these people. And akakelea bribe ingine high. You know, Balaam alienda home akafikiria kitu, akakuja akisema sikiza, nimejua vile unaweza kasa watu wajikasi wenyewe bila mimi kukasi na unigedo. Akamwambia nifanyaje? Let them indulge in sexual immorality and food sacrifice to idols, alafu hawatakuwa kasi. When you come to deal with a man, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as a presidential candidate, you will not hear me saying William Ruto is a thief. William Ruto hizo mimi hata sijui kama ameiba. Nikiingia president nikipoa file, sasa ndo ndakuja niambie Kenyans ni ukweli. But hii ingine ni kipindi. What Ngilu wants to do, you can't curse a blessed man. You're not in that capacity. When Jacob cast his own son, Reuben, and said, because of sleeping with one of my wives, I cast you, you will diminish. Years later, it took Moses to come and say, oh God, let Reuben live and not die. If you do not have the jurisprudence and you do not have the clearance from heaven, you cannot curse a man who is blessed. Hii kipindi na nilikwambia sahi wameanza. Sasa the petulant coming from the governor, you gather women, so you're going to a high altar. There is somebody who you are to invoke to speak a curse upon the DP. Okay? Sasa let me tell you, I have been to Israel. And when I went to Israel, I went through the company of Rachel Ruto. For 2 weeks, we climbed Mount, we went to Egypt, we climbed the Mount Sinai, we went to, this woman prays. Now, let me ask you, the DP's wife is feared spiritually. Mapepo na mashetani. The husband is feared politically. Ni nani unaenda kutafuta kasi huo mse? Ni level gani umeingia ya kukasi huo mse? And that's what I'm saying. Where we are heading to, this nation, 2022, we have to be very careful. Who do we put as president? Because if that is the kind of tones that has begun, if that is the kind of tones, we are putting the future of this country at jeopardy because we do not know the man's heart. What is it about this guy? Right now, they put Biden. Within months, have you seen people starting to leave Stato? Because when Trump came in, na masherehe zake na nini, Trump came in, removed the LGBT funding, everything. He made sure that God was glorified regardless. But when they put Biden in, the first thing he did, brought back LGBT funding and this and this.
Because he even has an openly gay minister.
cabinet.
By the way, the Secretary of
Cabinet
State.
Secretary.
The Secretary of State is here today. You know, we've been advised, by the way, if you're in Nairobi, traffic is going to be crazy.
Nilikwambia last week.
Between now and about 4 p.m.
Nilikwambia last week.
It's called Anthony Blinken.
It's a battle for the state, for the soul of a nation. It's a battle for the soul of a nation. Sasa ni kuenforce kitu. There's one thing I love about DP. As much as he's my political presidential opponent, when they came here to bring the matter of lesbianism and gay, what did he say? We are a Christian state. We will not tolerate that. So that's why I told you. God aligochana huyo unajua vile ndadili na President Uhuru alipoulizwa alianza politically akisema it is a non-issue. Meaning hapo mbele a president is coming when it will be an issue. So this country is at a place where they are now going to hire balance. Are you aware, Speaker wa Uganda alikuwa hapa 2 years ago, one of the hospitals, Nairobi Hospital, because which doctor ule alimpatia political power in Uganda since 1990 hajatimiza dozi zake. And when the witch doctor alienda kotini na documents akasema here you know the words, I love what they said. They said the wording was I have worked on her. Unakumbuka last week kusema kutengenezwa. I have worked on her. After working on that lady, the president Museveni called her, made her the speaker, the first lady to be speaker. Lakini ametengenezwa. Sasa after years amekataa kulipa.
I saw that, but I wondered why was the witch doctor going to court?
Unajua nini, ndio mjue kazi yake.
Si afanye majanja zake na apate pesa zake.
Atafanya, si alifanya na mother kwa mgonjwa.
No.
Na kuna ugonjwa unapatikana. Si alikuja hapa, si alifanya baadaye. Lakini unajua alidu nini akienda kufanya hivyo, akienda kotini, mjue kazi yangu inafanyanga kazi. It was publicity for him.
Oh, yeah,
do you know how many people consulted him after that?
Hizi vitu wanaandikanga kwa post, that was part of that.
Hizi unasikia mganga
wa
Zanzibar kama una shida. Lakini alienda kotini.
Loliondo.
Ni professional. Nime bat a speaker. Unafikiria line iko aje hapo sasa UG? So I'm telling you,
hata Loliondo tulienda.
Loliondo tulienda. Gambia is normal bana.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm telling the
I hear you.
I'm telling the people.
I need to talk about the KRA.
As a presidential candidate, I am offering not only political but as a political preacher, we are making safe. This nation is going to be safe for the future of your children. Ama kama sivyo tutakuwa na Madam na Steve
Presidential candidates. I'm sorry not to be laughing at your prospects.
Hakuna shida. Wewe cheka hivyo.
Ati DP Ruto, who is one of my opponents.
Kama heaven ishanipatia clearance. Nilikwambia itakuwa DP Ruto. Sikiza, itakuwa DP Ruto, Raila Odinga na the alternative choice, JAZIER, NJAU.
Utakuwa hapo.
Nitakuwa hapo bana. Na lazima tu debate hizi kitu on a presidential debate.
Sasa ukipraise hao wengine si watapata more cloud than you.
Mimi nimepraise DP on one ground. Mimi na yeye tuko na Mungu mmoja. Huyu baba wa juzi alisema Bwana Mungu, mimi sijui ni mgani bwana. On that ground, mimi hapo niko na DP, lakini yeye anajua mali walipita. Mimi sitaki kuongea sana yake. Mimi naongea yangu, tukiingia ground, tutaheshimiana.
Tutajua kwa ground. Let's talk about KRA. KRA have been in the news. You know, incidentally, in the last 1 year or so, I don't know what has happened to the KRA social media handle.
No.
Whoever they have put there is very cheeky.
But it's working.
It's working. By the way, the people
ilianza na Kenya Power.
Yeah?
Silianza na Kenya Power.
Ilianza na Kenya Power, yes.
Ilianza na Kenya Power, ikena na bank.
There was even a bank, yes.
Bank, ikena na bank.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa, I think ilikuwa KRA ama COP or something.
KCB. Yes.
Ilienda na KCB. Na wali hire wase. So that's the only way they'll get traction. So sasa kila mtu ana KRA. Uliona kama ya dem anaitwa Catherine akiinterview yuko kwa sherehe, akamwambia habari yako mzuri. Sisi ni KRA, akisema pole hata hii ni ya kununua. Kama ile
KRA have said that kwa social media yako. Whatever you post on social media, they'll be checking, verifying. So if you are holidaying so much, unashinda kwa mahoteli za kifahari, they will just check on your taxes. Kuna tu kama zina.
Lakini KRA pia wanafaa ku understand kuna
hata ikoti umevaa saizi, unajua they are watching.
Sina shida pia wanafaa kwa last week
Wanakubalance wanafanyia
KRA last week niliambia Levi lifestyle na matatu hata leo nimekuja na matatu. Mimi hakuna kitu mnanipata. Hata sasa ameniambia tukitoka hapa na Uber. So mimi sina kitu but nina kitu. So nataka kuambia KRA wasinikute juu niliona ule msee alisema ati Mercedes Benz KRA ilimbrikia down.
I don't know whether we have that guy.
Ikaonyesha mpaka hii ni make. Alafu akamwambia kiongozi.
Huyo msee.
Hauko kwa system.
Alipost the final things in life.
Akamwambia kiongozi.
Guess the make. Hebu tutoe hiyo tika hapo tuone KRA.
Hiyo title ba. Kiongozi. Kiongozi. Hauko kwa system.
Hawajamuona.
So mimi KRA by the way tunaweza fanya kazi pamoja mimi. Mimi ni mtu wa kawaida.
It's a really good move for the Uber KRA because at least now we know more about taxes. I think even this year they increased their tax base. People are more aware of what's happening.
But my problem is one.
With the
My problem is one, and you mentioned last time or today, I think, about the increase of taxes, taxi. My problem is one, with the Kenyan fraternity, are they getting services for their tax?
That's a question.
In my government. Utabidi uzoe. In my government. Lazima watu wajue. Tax yao wakitoa inasaidia.
In your government.
In my government.
JAZIER NJAU. Presidential aspirant.
Kabisa.
Ni wewe.
2022. Mambo mapya, mambo fresh. Alternative choice. Nani mwingine kama sisi ndio tuko.
We are out of time. Wanasema Oka wako na shida as we close.
Wameanza kupatiana ultimatums by December 25th.
What's your prediction?
ANC kasema announce ni Mudavadi. Malala alisema announce Mudavadi Sunday. Wiper ikasema by 25th. Ni kipindire, nilikwambia ni kipindire. Sasa kila mtu ana create pressure ndio nijue exit. Kama ni Kalonzo mkiamua ni Mudavadi, mimi na join hii side nyingine.
So those are also your opponents.
My opponents are Baba and DP. How wengine ni others. Wanakuwaga others. Nangi. Uzito wetu ni sisi watatu. Wacha nimalizane na viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, my name is JAZIER NJAU, your presidential candidate for 2022, your alternative choice. Mambo mapya, mambo fresh. Sambaza uhondo. Hiyo ndio kipindi.
Hiyo fresh nimekwambia.
Nimekwambia ni yakano. Walinikopi.
We're going to end on that note. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's Monday Roundup. See you next Monday on this Roundup. See me tomorrow. We'll be talking different matters on 59 minutes, a little bit more serious. Have a good day. God bless you. Stay tuned for Leah coming up with the Losu. And good day.